So let's get started. So where are we? Different components in Selenium I was explaining on that day. The last component was left out, that is Selenium Grid. I covered Selenium IDE, which is a record and playback tool. I demonstrated it for you. And coming to Selenium RC, I said it is deprecated now. No need to learn it. Okay, it's not even considered as a component of Selenium now. And third one is Selenium WebDriver. Third one is a Selenium WebDriver, which is a major component of Selenium. We are here learning Selenium automation just for this component of Selenium, that is Selenium WebDriver. And fourth one is Selenium Grid, guys. The fourth one is Selenium Grid, which is the last component of Selenium, which is Selenium Grid. It works on the top of Selenium WebDriver itself. It works on the top of Selenium WebDriver. Without Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid cannot work. Okay, understand that. Selenium Grid is another component of Selenium, which works along with Selenium WebDriver on top of Selenium WebDriver, whatever you want to say. So this particular major component on which Selenium Grid will work. So why Selenium Grid is required? I'll explain that. Okay, just observe that. Okay, I'm not going to explain Selenium Grid in detail now, but at a high level, I'm going to explain you or give a glimpse of what Selenium Grid is all about. You see, without Selenium Grid, if you only have Selenium WebDriver, you can run your automation scripts on a single machine like this. Okay, let's say there is a machine, and in the single machine, your automation scripts will run. Only in this, if you have 100 automation scripts, all these automation scripts, if you are running, first script out of this 100 will run first. After that is completed, second script out of this 100 will run. After that is completed, third out of this 100 will run, fourth will run, fifth will run, and go on till 100. Okay. But what if I don't want to run my automation scripts only in the single machine? Rather, I would like to run my automation scripts on different machines. Okay, I would like to run my automation scripts on different machines like this. There are multiple machines here. On different machines, I would like to run the automation scripts. Earlier, without Selenium Grid, with the help of Selenium WebDriver, I was able to run the automation scripts on this single machine. But now, if I integrate Selenium Grid into the structure where Selenium WebDriver is already there, Selenium Grid plus Selenium WebDriver, in that case, we can run our automation scripts on different machines on the same network. Okay, we can connect multiple machines like this, and with the help of Selenium Grid, we can distribute the automation scripts onto different machines so that our scripts will run on multiple machines. The scripts can run here, 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 the scripts can run here. Earlier, only with Selenium WebDriver, the scripts are running only on this machine, but with the help of Selenium Grid with the Selenium WebDriver, now scripts, Selenium Grid, what the Selenium Grid will do, it will distribute your automation scripts across multiple machines in the network. Whatever the machines that are connected, right? Into that connected machines, the scripts will be distributed. So the scripts can run not only in the single machine, but scripts can run on this machine, 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 on this machine also. Okay. This is what is Selenium Grid all about. So what Selenium Grid will do? Selenium Grid distributes automation scripts across multiple machines. Okay, to run them. Selenium Grid job is to distribute the automation scripts across multiple machines to run them. So what is the advantage, guys? Multiple machines means more machines. Okay, multiple machines means more machines. Okay. Adi Narayana, did you get the answer for what multiple machines means? It means more machines. Earlier, only one machine your scripts are running. But with the help of Selenium Grid, instead of running the scripts on only one machine, we are able to distribute the automation scripts to other machines so that scripts can run elsewhere also in multiple machines. Did you get the answer, Adi Narayana? Great. Okay. A lot of people are saying saving time. How can it save the time? Tell me, guys. You are saying by distributing the automation scripts to run them on multiple machines, this will save the time. But how? How the time will be saved? No, that is wrong. Pawan, you are wrong. Validates in all machines at the same time is wrong. At a time is wrong. Selenium Grid is not for that purpose. Selenium Grid will only distribute the automation scripts. Selenium Grid will only distribute the automation scripts. So Selenium Grid is not going to save the time. A lot of people have answered me in the chat because of their previous knowledge, which is wrong, saying that it will save the time. It's not going to do that. For example, this is a machine where you have 100 scripts. 100 scripts. Now, if I run the 100 scripts in the same machine without Selenium Grid, the scripts will run like this, right? First, one script will run. After that, another script will run in this machine. Then another script will run. One by one, the scripts will run till 100 scripts are completed in single machine. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to configure Selenium Grid so that the scripts, this 100 scripts, will be distributed across multiple machines to be run. Okay? The Selenium Grid will distribute the automation scripts onto the multiple machines. Onto the multiple machines, the scripts will be distributed. But the problem is, it's not going to save the time. So after Selenium Grid is configured like this and multiple machines are connected, okay, to run our scripts, Selenium Grid is configured in this thing and multiple machines are connected like this. And because of Selenium Grid, this, for example, in this 100 scripts, only one script will go and run on this machine. At that time, no other script is running on another machine. No other script is running on another machine, guys. After this first script is completed, now Selenium Grid is distributing another script to this machine now. Okay, after the script is got executed here, the second script is sent to this machine and the script is running now. Once the script is completed only, now Selenium Grid will distribute another script to this machine and running. Once that script is completed, Selenium Grid is distributing the next script, the fourth script to this machine and it's running. After this script is completed, Selenium Grid is now distributing another script, the next script, fifth script to this machine and it's running here. Do you see any time being saved here in this process? Guys, do you see any time being saved in this process? No, right? It's same as running in the same machine. Selenium Grid purpose is only to distribute the automation scripts across multiple machines. But is it saving the time? Is it saving the time? No, it's not. Yeah, Nagavani is saying that parallelly we can execute scripts on various configurations. She is saying, but is it happening? Are the scripts running parallelly with the help of Selenium Grid? Are the scripts running parallelly? No. Selenium Grid, a lot of people will get confused here. They will assume simply that Selenium Grid means parallel execution. Selenium Grid means parallel execution. That is wrong, guys. Selenium Grid is not about parallel execution. Selenium Grid is not about parallel execution. Then what Selenium Grid is all about? Selenium Grid is not about parallel execution, guys. Selenium Grid is all about what? Type your answer in the chat. Yes, only for distributing the scripts. The answer is what? Type the answer in the chat, guys. Everyone need to answer this. Distribute the scripts across multiple machines or distribute the scripts. Whatever the answer you want to write it down. Type in the chat, guys. Immediately type in the chat. Selenium Grid is all about distributing the scripts across multiple machines. That's it. That's the answer. It's not about parallel execution. It is wrong. If you say parallel execution, it is wrong. Yes, script distribution. Right, right. Distributing the script distribution. Okay, it's all about that. Now we have something known as another thing known as, what is that another thing? It is known as TestNG. TestNG, which is a unit testing framework, which is nothing but a unit testing framework, guys. Okay, TestNG is a unit testing framework. When the time comes, I'll explain about TestNG, guys. It's not the right time. Okay, there's something known as TestNG that we have to learn in the upcoming things. At this moment, I'm just bringing the name of this particular test-ng. Why? Because we will understand the concepts at a high level. So test-ng is something, okay? For example, without Selenium Grid, only one machine is there, right? Only in one machine, 100 scripts are there. 100 scripts are there, okay? There is no Selenium WebDriver. Sorry, there is no Selenium Grid, but only one machine is there. In that 100 automation scripts are there. If you run the scripts one by one, after first script is completed in this machine, second script will start. After second script has run in this particular machine without Selenium Grid, third script will start. Like that, it will go until 100, and after 100 is completed, all the scripts will get executed. One by one, the scripts are getting executed. But what if I configure something known as test-ng in this case? Okay, in this particular machine, if I configure test-ng, and with the help of test-ng, there's a possibility of enabling parallel execution. Okay, we can enable the parallel execution of the scripts. In the single machine itself, we can enable the parallel execution where at a time 5 scripts should run. I have enabled the parallel execution where at a time 5 scripts should run in the same machine. Now, after with the help of test-ng in the single machine, if you enable the parallel execution, when you run the scripts, only one script will run or 5 scripts will run. This time 5 scripts will run parallelly at same time. One script is running, another script at the same time is running, another script is running at the same time, another script running at the same time, another script running at the same time. Totally 5 scripts are running. Because I made the settings like this in test-ng to run multiple scripts at the same time in a single machine. After 5 are completed, next set of 5 will start. Next set of 5 will start. Like that at a time, 5, 5, 5, 5 will run 20 times, right? Earlier 100 times, now 20 times because in every iteration, 5 scripts are running. But what is the problem in this case? What is the problem in this case? Test-ng is all about parallel execution. But what is the problem in this case? Of running multiple scripts at the same time in the single machine, what is the problem? Anyone?
It doesn't know which one should run first.
No, not like that. That's not the right answer. It knows
Oh.
it knows what to run and all, but the you good try, but it's not the answer. Okay. Yeah. Payal is saying loading. What do I mean by loading? What do you mean by loading, Payal?
Is that performance issue?
Yes, performance issue is the right answer. You'll get
Okay.
performance issue. You see yourself, you try to do you try to open lot of browsers in your machine at same time. That Chrome browser instance, 100, 200 instances, you open up the Chrome browser, new tabs and all those stuff. Because in our Windows machine, we are habituated to open a browser, and that is Chrome browser most probably. In all the new tabs, we keep on parallelly, we forget to close the browser tabs and all, which are multiple browsers actually. New tabs means what happens suddenly we feel that our system has been slowed down again. Then after feeling that the system has slowed down, we generally close that new tabs or windows of that Chrome browser, right? So that we can recover our speed of the machine. Okay, otherwise the system will become slow. So the problem with this parallel execution in single machine is that if you are running, if at a time 5 scripts or 10 scripts are running in the single machine at the same time, the system will not be able to accommodate that level of speed. Okay, either system will slow down, sometimes the system will crash, sometimes the delay will be like anything. Okay, instead of getting the results in just 5 minutes or something, you have to wait for 1 hour to get the results. The scripts to be completed, it will take 1 hour sometimes. The system may crash. A lot of these problems will happen because performance issues will come if you try to enable parallel execution with the help of test-ng in a single machine and run the scripts. Then what's the solution, guys? Then what's the solution? Can you guess the solution? Yes, grid is the solution again. You see, you'll set up grid. You'll set up grid. Grid will distribute your automation scripts across multiple machines, right? Grid will distribute the scripts to multiple machines so that, and at same time, along with Selenium Grid, only Selenium Grid is not good at all, right? There is no use because scripts will run one by one in different machines also. Along with Selenium Grid, we'll use Selenium grid will distribute the test, whereas TestNG will do what? TestNG plus Selenium grid. TestNG plus Selenium grid. TestNG will enable the parallel execution. Selenium grid will distribute the scripts across multiple machines. When this happens, when spy scripts have to be run at the same time, Selenium grid immediately will distribute one script to this machine, another script, to this machine, another script, to this machine, another script, to this machine, another script. And because of TestNG, this script will run at the same time when the script in another machine is running at the same time. At a time, in all the machines, these scripts are running. Okay, these scripts are not running one by one in different machine. Rather, because of TestNG, parallel execution enabling, while the script is running in this machine, this script is running in another machine. Second script is running parallelly at the same time in another machine. Third script is running in this machine parallelly at the same time. Fourth machine, fourth script is running parallelly at the same time. Fifth machine, fifth script is running parallelly at the same time. Now tell me, will this time will be saved or not? This time will be saved or not? Tell me guys, time will be saved or not? This time will be saved, guys. Both distributing of the scripts and enabling the parallel execution. Will there be any performance problem? Will there be any performance problem? No, right? There will not be any performance problem because we have multiple machines. In every machine, we are running a single script. So the performance of the machine will not get degraded. At the same time, Selenium Grid is distributing scripts across multiple machines. Parallel execution is enabled. Time will be saved. All the benefits will get. Now you understood, guys. The last component of Selenium Grid, need to be used along with Selenium WebDriver. And along with this, to enable the parallel execution, we have to use TestNG unit testing framework. Yes, correct. TestNG framework need to be used with Selenium Grid and Selenium WebDriver. That is right, Adinarayana. Right. So that's all about the last component of Selenium. Hope you got some insights and roadmap of what we are going to learn in the upcoming days. Okay, I'm spending more time on this session 1 week. Why? Because this session 1 gives you a heads up of what we are going to learn next. Okay, that's why we are spending a lot of time on this. Then different versions of Selenium. The next one is different versions of Selenium. So what are the different versions of Selenium? I'm not going to take much time in this. I'm just going to give a high level thing because it's not that much depth we have to learn. Different versions of Selenium. So far, Selenium has been released into the market with 4 versions so far. Till now, only 4 versions is okay. First one is what? Selenium 1. Second version is what? Selenium 2. Selenium 3. Selenium 4. Like different mobile versions are getting released into the market from the same company. Similarly, Selenium got released into the market with multiple versions, guys. Different versions. First initial version was Selenium 1. After Selenium 1, after a period of time, Selenium 2 got released. After Selenium 2 is done, then Selenium 3 came into the market. After Selenium 3 is done, Selenium 4 came into the market. Okay, now what is the latest version of Selenium? What is the latest version of Selenium now? We are currently using. Anyone type in the chat? Yes, Selenium 4. I am covering Selenium for 4 for you in this training series. Okay. Whatever the latest version is there, that I am going to cover. Okay. As part of this training series, I'm going to cover Selenium 4 only, guys. I'm not going to cover older versions 1 to 3. I'm not going to cover. That is another benefit you are getting from this session, where I'm only going to share the latest stuff for you. Okay. Selenium 4 is the latest version. The answer is Selenium 4. Okay. Latest version is Selenium 4. How can we confirm that Selenium 4 is the latest version? Can anyone answer this question? How can we confirm that Selenium 4 is the only? How can we be sure that Selenium 4 is the latest version? There may be Selenium 5 also, right? Yeah, you are right, Nagveni. Official website we have to see. I say something, other person may say something, but they don't, that may not be correct sometimes, okay? So official website will have the latest version displayed. Okay. So let's go to the official website. That is selenium.dev. Go to the downloads. Scroll down. Here you see Selenium clients and WebDriver language bindings. Under that, you can clearly see that different programming language. Choose one programming language. Since we are into Selenium Java, I'll just pick this Java thing, Selenium WebDriver Java thing. And here, what is the version we have? 14.16.1. Okay. 14.16.1 is the latest version at this period of time. Tomorrow, 14.16.2 will come, 16.3 will come, and so on. Okay. 18th December 2023, we have the latest version of Selenium WebDriver for Java as 14.16.1 that we are going to use. Okay. So Selenium 4 is confirmed as the latest version after we check official website of Selenium as per the date 18th December 2023. That is the case. Clear? Okay. So far everything is clear. Type C in the chat, guys. C. Type C. Clear. C for clear. Type C in the chat. That's all about the versions of Selenium, guys. Okay. That's all about the versions of Selenium. Selenium 4 is the latest version that we are going to use for learning. And the last topic for this session 1, that is prerequisites required for learning Selenium. Okay. What are the different prerequisites that we have to learn before learning Selenium? So before you start your journey with Selenium, guys, we are not directly jumping into Selenium. Okay. We are not directly putting our step on Selenium. Rather, first we are going to learn all the prerequisites. Okay. For example, in order to write a book, what are the prerequisites, guys? Can anyone answer this question? In order to write a book, what are the different prerequisites? Let's say you want to write a book in English. Okay. You should know English language, right? You should be proficient in English. And what is the other thing? Apart from language, you should have the content. What content you want to write? What content you want to write? That content you should own, right? The content should be some kind of content that other people doesn't know, kind of content. And you need, some papers and pens, etc. Right? Just to write the book, I am saying. I'm not saying about publishing the book and all. I'm saying only about writing a book means you should have the English language. If you want to write the book in particular language, that language you should know. It may be Telugu language, English language, Urdu language, Hindi language, anything. And you should have the content. What content you want to write, that should be ready. And papers and pen, the material should be there, right? To write a book, all these things are required, right? Without these things, these things, we cannot write a book, right? Similarly, without having the knowledge of all these prerequisites, we cannot learn Selenium, guys. Okay? If you have to learn Selenium, these prerequisites are compulsory. Here I only mentioned 3 things, but there are many other things that you have to learn as part of this. What are the other things? What are the other things you have to learn? I'll tell you. First, HTML basics is one of the prerequisites that we have to learn. Then after HTML basics, then we have locators. After locators, we have core Java. These are the main 3 important. Apart from this, you should have software testing, basic knowledge. Okay, you'll have software testing, basic knowledge. So what we are going to do is all these prerequisites I'm going to cover, guys. And there are other prerequisites also, like web technologies and all. Some web technologies you have to learn, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, XML, such kind of some small things you have to learn, guys. Okay, such kind of small things you have to learn. Okay, web technologies, HTML basics, locators, core Java, software testing, basic knowledge. Okay, and some web technologies, some this is an additional topic. Web technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, XML, JSON, like that. You can keep on learning a lot of stuff. SQL also you can learn. Okay, many things are there, but that will be deviating us based on our requirement. Okay, based on our requirement, we'll be learning all these prerequisites. Okay, it's not like that. A, B, C, D, all the prerequisites I will explain and we'll jump to Selenium. It's not like that, guys. You see, we have to start Selenium. At the same time, we have to learn the prerequisites, right? So appropriate prerequisites will be explained at the appropriate period of time. Sometimes what happens is this prerequisite, some Selenium concepts. This prerequisites, some Selenium concepts. Like that. Even Java also, I'll not be covering the entire Java first and then go to Selenium. Not like that. Enough Java will learn. Okay. Enough portion of Java will learn. Then we'll start Selenium. But another requirement will come where to proceed with Selenium concepts. Again, we need to cover some Java concepts. That Java concepts I will cover and then we'll go to Selenium. Like that, the concepts will be explained. Okay. The plan is something like this. First prerequisites only, then we'll go to Selenium. But there will be some situations where we may start Selenium, even though all these prerequisites are not completed. They'll be covered as per your needs during the topics. Okay. Clear with the plan? How I'm going to teach you all these prerequisites? Initially some prerequisites, then we'll start Selenium, and again some to explain some other Selenium concepts. We may need some prerequisites. At that time, I'll cover the prerequisites and then continue the concepts. Okay, it will be like that. But you don't have to have any of this knowledge, prior knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, locators, core Java, software testing knowledge, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, I'll be covering all these prerequisites for you before the sessions, guys. Okay, before the sessions, Selenium sessions, I'll be covering them for sure. Sure, and you can don't worry about them. That basically. Okay, on the need basis, I'll be explaining all the prerequisites for you. Okay, that's the plan. What next? Session one is completed, guys. Okay, session one is completed. We have to go for session two, where directly we have jumped. Locators are being shown, but we are not going to do something like that. Okay. So instead, the plan will be different anyhow. So fine. The plan will go differently now. Okay. So this is not the order we'll take. So guys, I told you there are let's find it out. Now type in the chat, guys. What are the different prerequisites we have to learn for learning Selenium? What are the different prerequisites we have to learn? Type in the chat, everyone. Just list down the prerequisites we have to learn for learning Selenium. Everyone type in the chat. HTML basics, right? Locators, right? Core Java, right? HTML locators, core Java. Any other thing? Apart from these three things, any other thing? Software testing basics, web technologies. Right, web technologies. Yeah. Whatever the PN has written is sorry, PN has written, sorry. PN has written is completely correct, and even Dinesh. Okay, Dinesh, web technologies is missing, but PN has written everything. Core Java, HTML, located software testing basics, web technologies. Yeah, web technologies. In web technologies, we'll get HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, JSON, XML, etc., etc. Okay, everything will come. Keep writing, guys. Okay. Also check other people answers. HTML basics, locators, core Java, software testing, basics, web technologies. That's correct. Adi Narayana, you're right. Even Maha is right. HTML, locators, core Java, software testing knowledge, and basic technologies, basic web technologies. You have to write Maha. Okay. Keep writing. Yeah, these are the prerequisites, guys. Okay, these are the prerequisites. So let me write it again. Just observe the screen. Different web technologies, different prerequisites we have to learn our basic web technologies. Under that, what will come? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, JSON, XML. Okay, I'm giving a detailed plan now. Okay, this will not be learning at a go. We'll learn based on our need. Okay, if you learn everything and go right, it will deviate us like anything. For example, if immediately we have to learn HTML and start Selenium concepts, we'll go with HTML and then go to Selenium concepts like that. Okay, that's a plan. Next one is what? Software testing basics. Software testing basics. Then we have locators. Then we have core Java. Here in basic web technologies, one more thing also will come, that is SQL. SQL. Okay. These are the things, guys. These are the prerequisites that I was talking about. Okay. A detailed way I pinged you. I just wrote here. I'll just ping in the chat. Just everyone check in the chat, guys, once. Basic web technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, JSON, XML, SQL. Already SQL is there. Okay. It's not there. That's okay. Software testing basics, locators, core Java. So, Abhi, what is your question? Sir, for this, how much needed means? What needed? Can you reframe your question a bit so that I can understand? Don't worry, you don't have to learn everything in depth. You don't have to learn things in depth. Only some basics you'll learn. Okay? If you learn in depth, it will take 1 year. Okay? We are not going in that direction. Whatever the you see, core Java means we'll not learn the entire core Java here. Rather, we'll not learn the entire core Java. Rather, we'll learn whatever the core Java that is required for our Selenium automation. Okay, locators, software testing basics, only basic concepts. Okay, after Selenium concepts are over, then we'll start software testing thing in detailed way. Okay, then HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, JSON, XML. Done. Okay, fine. These are the things, guys. These are the things. Okay, we are not going to learn all these things in detail. Basic knowledge, basics only we are going to learn. Okay, just observe this. Just focus on this. Only basics we are going to learn, guys. Okay, and it's gone. Basics only we are going to learn, guys. Okay, understood? Yes, basics enough. Basics enough. Actually, this even for experienced also basics only enough. No need to dig deep. Done. Only basics. Only at a high level we are going to cover, not in depth. Okay, that much is not required. But later after completing this course, okay, later after completing this course, you can cover them in depth. But now it's not required. For Selenium, it's not required to learn all this each and everything in depth. Okay, at basic level, it's enough. Clear. Just type C in the chat if you're clear, or type B in the chat if you know the answer, that only basic level you are learning. BL, B, anything you can type. C, BL, B, anything. C for clear, B for basic, BL for basic level. Anything you can type, guys. Okay. Great, great. Okay, fine. Now let's begin with the one of the prerequisites. One of the prerequisite will start, guys. What is that prerequisite we have to start? This one. I'll start with software testing basics. I'll start with software testing basics. Some software testing basic knowledge I told you, right? For Selenium, you need some basic software testing knowledge that I'm going to cover now. Okay, great. Now let's begin with the prerequisites. One of the prerequisites I'm starting. That is software testing. I'm not covering software testing in depth, rather I'm covering software testing basics. Okay, basics first. Basics will be enough. Basics will be enough. Okay. And anyhow, while you are attending the interviews, you can dig deep into the other stuff that I'll guide you at the end, guys. Okay, what you have to learn going ahead and all. Don't worry, for Selenium we have to focus now. Don't worry about interviews and all those stuff. Okay, I'll tell you all the plan for interviews. Okay, I'll prepare you guys for the interviews. Don't no need to worry much. Okay, don't make it complex at this moment because it's not that much complex. Okay, so you can just don't worry about all these things. Okay, simple. I'll make it easy for you guys. Okay, don't worry. Software testing basics. So yeah, let's get started. So guys, always I give the same example wherever. So let's say you have purchased a TV at your home. You purchased a new television. What are the things that you will check in this particular television once you get a TV delivered to your home and the TV got installed at your home? What are the different things that you will do with the TV to start using it or to check whether it is working fine or not? What are the things that you will do? Type in the chat. Yeah, power check. On off, power check, both are same. So power check. Walk around. Some high level walk around you mean to say. I understand that, but be specific. What walk around things that you will do? Are there any display is good or not? Is good or not? You will check. Are there any damages at a high level? You will check. Then okay, so I'm just going one by one. Display check is done. Picture quality, it comes under display. You'll change channels, right? Correct. You'll try to see whether channels you are able to change or not. You'll use a remote control. You'll also check the remote control is working fine or not with all the controls and all. Yeah, sound quality will check. Sound is coming properly or not. That is like channels, the way you do change channels, right? You'll also increase and decrease the volume. Check the volume and voice, both are same for now. Sound quality, both are same. Remote functioning, we have added already. Okay, display, sound, remote, right, correct. Sound, basic functionality of TV that you are able to use it or not. Connect with internet. Yeah, this is just internet. Connecting, you will connect the TV with internet. That's good. All this stuff. Okay, these are the, let's say these are the checks you have done. If I do all these checks, does it mean that software testing of this particular TV is completed? Can I say that by doing all these checks, software testing of this particular TV is completed? End user here in this case, software tester is not performing these checks. End user who has purchased the TV is performing all these checks. This is not software testing. This is not software testing, guys. Okay, end user is checking whether the TV delivered to him or her is working properly or not at a high level. But this is not software testing means. This is just checking. This is not software testing. This is just checking. Checking as an end user. But what is software testing? If this is not software testing, a TV has been delivered to your home and it got successfully installed, and you are checking at a high level whether the TV delivered to you is working fine or not with some simple checks, right? As an end user, you are checking, but this is not software testing. End user cannot be treated here as a software tester here. Okay? High level checks are being done. This is just checking, guys. This is not software testing. So if the same TV is given to the software tester and software tester have to check the test, the kind of testing will be done will be completely different. These basic checks will be there. Whatever the end user checking will be done by the software tester also. But apart from that, what software tester will do something different that end user or normal user who has purchased the TV will not check. What software tester will make a difference while checking the TV apart from the end user? You see, software tester will install this TV in several parts of India. If this TV is sold in different locations in India, several parts of India, that may be in cold climate conditions or that may be in hot climate conditions, the TV will be installed or a simulation room will be created. Will end user will create a simulation room? Simulation room where the temperature can be increased or decreased and all those stuff. Can an end user will do that kind of testing? End user will not be able to do that kind of testing. Only software tester will do this kind of testing in extreme conditions. TV will be checked. Let's say software tester has designed another test case where another test kind of thing where the TV is turned on and is on for a month continuously. 1 month they have turned it on and some of their people have started watching the TV continuously for 30 days, day and night. Some day team has come and they are watching the TV in the daytime, and some night team has come and without turning off the TV, they are watching the TV in the night time. Day, night, day, night, day. 30 days continuously. Let's say one of the days. To see whether TV without getting turning it off, after 30 days, what's happening, they are checking. Can end user will do this kind of checks? No. End user will not be able to do this kind of checks, right? Now, this software tester will put a scale on this TV. The software tester will put a scale on this TV to see what is the width of the TV, what is the height of the TV. Will the end user will do that? End user will be in very happy mood and once the TV comes, he will not put a scale on the TV, right? He will just see and just he will trust the company behind selling the TV and decide that this is a 55 inches TV by himself. Visually, we'll see and then decide that 55 inches TV. If it is not 55, if it is 54.5, will the end user will find out and can raise a complaint here? Is there any instances where end user has put a scale on the TV and found out like it's 54.5, it's not 55? No, right? But software tester will do that. Will put a scale and find it out before the TV gets released into the market. Software tester is the one who has to check each and every inch of this TV in all the dimensions and directions. The TV is waterproof. Let's say if the TV is waterproof, assume that TV is waterproof. Software tester will throw the TV into the water and see nothing is happening. How much time? He'll drown the TV in water for 1 hour and check. The end user will not do that kind of checks, right? So software tester will open up the TV. He will open up the screws of the TV and internal each and every circuit and chip. The software tester will check. Will the end user will check such kind of stuff? Will the end user will check such kind of stuff? Checking each and every circuit of the TV that is installed inside? No. Like that, going on, lot of tests will come for the software tester that end user will not do. Here, lakhs of tests will be there. Here, only few, within hundreds of tests checks the end user may do. If a end user is very serious, he may do a maximum 100. But here, lakhs of tests the software tester will do in a dedicated manner over a period of time. His job, software tester job is to keep checking the TV to find the problems in the TV. Why the software tester is doing all these checks? To detect the problems in the TV before the TV will get released into the market. Okay, why software tester is doing all these checks? To detect problems in the TV before the TV gets delivered or sold in the market. Okay, to detect problems in the TV before the TV gets delivered or sold in the market. This is the main reason. Okay, then so software tester will stop the TV from getting delivered in the market with defects. A defective product should not be sold in the market. That's the main aim of the software tester. Software tester is like someone at the a kind of police at the checkpost. A police at the checkpost who will check for the anything bad is not going happen. Okay, because some load is going on at the checkpost, and if that is illegal load, some smuggling is happening or something is happening, in that case, in that case, the police at the checkpost has to stop that particular vehicle and should not allow that to happen, right? Similarly, software tester will not make this TV sold into the market or delivered into the market with some defects already there in the TV. Okay, all the defects need to be, software tester will make sure that identify identify defects. Okay, software tester will identify defects in this particular TV, let's say, and get them fixed by developers. Okay, get them fixed by developers and cross check whether the defects are really fixed by developers or not. Okay, these are the many things. Identify defects, get them fixed by developers, cross check whether the defects that they have identified are really fixed by developers or not. By doing all these activities, the quality of this particular TV will improve, because if less number of defects are there in this particular TV, automatically the quality of the TV will improve, and a point of time will come where software tester is satisfied with the quality of the TV, that as many number of defects as possible the software tester has reported in or identified in this TV and got them fixed by the developers, and finally software tester has cross-checked whether the defects that are identified them are properly fixed by developers or not, and now the quality of this TV is good or not. Once the quality of the TV is good, then it will be released into the market. Software tester will allow this particular TV to get released into the market. Able to understand? Guys, able to understand so far? What is the role of the software tester? With the help of TV, I'm explaining. Okay? The software tester is testing a TV. It will be like this, something like this. Okay? Lot of checks that normal end user will not do, software tester will do. And based on the checks, software tester will be able to identify the problems or defects or some some laggings in the TV that are not that are against the quality of the TV, and identify the problems, report the problems to the developers, okay, or technicians. In this case, developers are nothing but technicians who can fix the problems in that particular TV. And once the technicians fix the problems in the TV, again the testers, okay, will cross check whether whatever the problems they have reported, they are really fixed by the technicians or that. Once that is done, okay, the quality of the, indirectly the quality of the particular TV will get improved. And once the quality of the TV is uh, satisfied by the software tester, the TV will get released into the market. Okay, this is all the state. This is what software testing is all about, guys. This is software testing all about. Clear? Okay. Now, in place of TV, you replace software. Just replace software in place of TV, guys. That's it. In place of TV, you put software. That's it. In TV, if you are performing normal testing, if you are testing a software application, a web application, or a desktop application, or a mobile application, which is nothing but software, right? It's called a software testing. Software is a piece of code written with a particular purpose. Software is nothing but it contains code written by developers to achieve a particular purpose. So what is the purpose of this paint software? You are able to see this paint software, right? This is a software. How this software is developed? By writing some code. Developers have written some code. It is not visible. The UI of the software is visible. In the background of this UI and all this stuff, lot of code has been written by developers of Microsoft company to develop this particular software. And since we are running that code, okay, this particular software is being launched and we are able to take the help of this software. Okay, the what is the purpose of this software? To draw the things. The purpose of the paint software is to draw the things, to color and paint, draw everything. Okay, like that. Every software in this world has a purpose. Okay, the software is nothing but a set of code written by developers with a purpose, to solve a purpose. Okay, so what is the definition of the software? Software is a set of code written by developers to solve a purpose. To solve a purpose. This is a meaning of software, guys. Okay, this is the meaning of software. Software is a set of code written by developers to solve a purpose. For example, if you go to a supermarket and after you add a lot of items to your cart and then go to the checkout counter where billing will be done, there will be one person sitting or standing before a computer machine, and the person will be scanning all the products that you have purchased or added to your cart or basket at that shopping mall or whatever it is. Okay, supermarket or whatever it is. And after that, a software actually will be able to scan the products and automatically do the calculations of what is the actual bill, final bill, and all those stuff, right? The software provides a lot of functionalities. If you clearly observe, they can enter the quantity, they can modify the price, right? They can apply the offers. Everything software will take care of applying the offers. And final statement, taxation details, everything will be there. And final, it will generate a bill for you, printed bill for you. It will accept the payments. Okay, it will approve the payments. Once the payments are done, it will generate a bill. Everything the software in that particular supermarket will do. For that particular software, some developers will develop that code, write the code for developing that software with a purpose to, you know, to make the shopping possible for several customers who are shopping at that particular supermarket. Okay, that's the purpose of that software. Every software in this world has a purpose, guys. Okay, every software in this world has a purpose. So that is the purpose of the software, guys. Okay, software is a. So hope you are now clear with what is software testing, right? So now, instead of testing the TV, the software tester will test the software application. Software application will be there. It can be a website or it can be a desktop application. It can be a mobile application, anything, guys. That application, the software tester will perform testing. Software tester will perform testing of that software application in all the direction to see whether there are any problems that are there in the software application. If there are any problems identified by software tester in the software application, that particular software will not be released into the market. Rather, the problems identified need to be fixed by whom? Developers have to fix the problems in that software application. And once the problems reported or identified the software tester are fixed by developers and software testers cross-check them whether all these problems they have reported to the developers are properly fixed, then only software testers will allow the software application to be released into the market. To be released into the market. Okay. So quality of the software application is utmost important for software testers to release the software application into the market. Okay. This is the plan. So hope everyone explored this application, right? Guys, have you explored this tutorials in the application? Amazon, Flipkart, Amazon mobile application, all this you have done, right? Type S in the chat if you have done so. Type S in the chat if you guys have explored it. Great. Okay, so I'm going to give you task for today. So I've explained a lot of software testing concepts today. That's all good. Okay. So still there are few things that I have to cover as part of software testing basics. Okay. I have to cover few more things as part of software testing basics. But at a high level, hope you got an idea what software testing is. Type S in the chat if you got some idea about what software testing is now. Just type S in the chat. Great. This much is enough, guys. Okay. But still I will cover in the next day, right? Tomorrow morning, I will cover some more concepts of software testing. Yeah, I'll clear your doubts. The doubts session will start now anyhow. Okay. So one by one presets will complete and go for Selenium automation. Okay, that's the plan. So that's all about the concepts. That's all for today, guys. Okay, anyone in a hurry to leave to office, they can leave now. And anyone have doubts, they can stay in the meeting and they can ask me the questions. Okay, you can start your questions, guys. You can ask me directly. Directly, you can with your voice you can answer, ask the questions instead of chat and all. You can ask your questions directly.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this Selenium official website, when I'm exposing, seeing, sir,
Exploring.
exploring.
Hmm.
So there they told that it is built in like ThoughtWorks. To some company build it and they made it on JavaScript, sir. Uh, so, sir,
Where
is it,
exactly? Just take me there.
sir,
About.
about Selenium?
Yeah.
Yeah, top, sir.
Yeah. History of Selenium. The story starts in 2004 at ThoughtWorks in Chicago. Jason Huggins building the core module as a JavaScript test runner for the testing of an internal time and expenses application, Python clone, uh, giving the agile learnings of this consultancy as help from for them. This was a day job. So let me explain this. Since you have pointed this, I'll tell you how the Selenium tool came into market. How the Selenium tool came into market is something this is all about. Initially, Selenium tool is not there as we are seeing today. Okay. So there is one person who was working for this company known as ThoughtWorks. Okay. There's a person known as Jason Huggins who was working for a company known as what? ThoughtWorks. So at the time, this Jason Huggins was performing some software testing, and he felt that every day is doing the same job, testing the same login functionality, logout functionality, like the same things he is doing. Then he got an idea. Why don't we automate this? For that, initially created something known as the Selenium core. People call that as Selenium core. Initial thing that Jason Huggins has created, which is the origination of Selenium tool altogether. Okay, Selenium core was developed by this Jason Huggins. So what it does is somehow the tool got developed known as Selenium core. What the tool was doing is it is actually modifying the behavior of the browser. It's injecting some script into the browser with the help of JavaScript. Okay, it was running some Java. When you run this Selenium code tool, right? It was actually running some JavaScript code. Okay, it was running some JavaScript code which is actually interacting with the browser to operate. You see, let's say I'll tell you if you know hypnotism. Let's say if you know the hypnotism. Let's say Arun, I'm sitting before you. Let's say before me you are sitting. Now I am hypnotizing the person before me and asking that other person on the other side to do the activities that I want. Raise your hand means the other person is raising the hand. Lower your hand means the other person before me is lowering the hand. Got it? Like that. This JSON Hacks has created a tool known as Selenium Core, using which runs the JavaScript code, which actually runs the JavaScript code, which will interact with the browser and make the browser do all the activities like opening the application, maximizing the browser, okay, do all the activities of clicking on a button and all those stuff on the browser. Okay. So it was happening like that at the time. It's this initiative started with 2004. Later, what happened was browsers started restricting the JavaScript code. External JavaScript code browsers were not allowing. Okay. Then what happened? They came with some other solution known as Selenium RC. Selenium RC came. After Selenium Core, Selenium RC came, where Selenium RC was actually, still tricking the browser. Not directly injecting the JavaScript code into the browser, but it was still tricking the browser. And somehow it's able to manage running the JavaScript code on the browser so that browser will do whatever we want for automation. Okay. Later again, Selenium WebDriver came, where Selenium WebDriver is not tricking the browser, rather it's natively communicating with the browser. It's natively communicating the browser with all the standards and no trips, no tricks, nothing like that. Okay, very genuinely it's interacting with the browser. That's Selenium WebDriver.
So, sir, WebDriver is built in Java or JavaScript, sir?
No matter where in which thing it has built on, okay, don't worry about what Selenium WebDriver is built on. Okay, so you don't have to worry that much. It internally uses a lot of stuff. You can actually go, right, you can go and see Selenium GitHub. Okay, that basic things you can go and check here. And
Okay, sir, no problem.
you can
Sir,
yeah, wait a
yes,
minute.
sir, one more.
Wait a minute. You see, Java is there, JavaScript. They have used many things, right? Java
Okay.
they have used, JavaScript they have used. You can see here .NET they have used somewhere, because there are different versions of Selenium for different languages. Hope you have seen, right? So for whatever the purpose they are using it. Okay.
Okay. Sir, one more doubt that in software testing I have, sir.
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, like one doubt is that like suppose if there is like 40 bugs are we have reported to developers, sir. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
And tomorrow is the release.
Okay.
Okay. And at that time what will we stop the release? Like what will be the thing we have to do? And another
See,
doubt is
sometimes we will not be able to stop the release. Okay, even though there are good number of bugs. Okay, the client may decide to release the software into the market, right?
okay.
So what is there in our hands? We already educated our client saying that this is not the right time or right way to release the software, because the quality of the software is very poor because of so and so defects we have reported. Still, they are not fixed by developers, that we are going to say. But client is
Mhm.
in such a mood that he is in a pressure that okay, we have to at any cost we release the software, and he released. That is a disaster, right? Basically, right or wrong? If the
Yes,
client
sir.
is releasing a software into the market with defects, lot of complaints will come, and the software will lose its reputation. But that is all about client, right? Client is the owner of the software and he can do whatever he want, right? So what we can do here is just to escape from that problem. We are going to create something known as quality report. Okay? If such kind of situation arises, we are going to create a report known as quality report. And in that quality report, we are clearly stating our decision. We as software testers are not recommending this software to get released into the market because it contains lot of defects still, which are the major ones, which need to be fixed by developers before releasing the software into the market. Like that, one statement will write in red color in that quality report, and as a reference, we'll mention all the type of defects that are there in the software, okay, which need to be fixed, and we'll create all the functionality wise how the things are not good, okay. Prior, I mean, how many major defects are there, like that we'll create a quality report. I'll show that in software testing concepts, okay. I'll show that report in the software testing concepts. Now it is not the right time, okay. That quality report will send to the client, and after watching the quality report, after approving the quality report, if the client decides to release the software, let the client release the software to the market. That doesn't matter to us, because we already have given a clear instruction to the client saying that this is not a correct time to release the software into the market. But the client has taken the decision. So who has to take the responsibility if if something goes wrong after delivering the software into the market in that kind of situation? Once we have sent the quality report, we are done, right? We are good. We don't have to worry anything. The client has to take the responsibility, right, of the consequences. Got it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So this not only happens with the client, but also sometimes when you are working in a company, the internal management also will play some kind of games. Okay, cat and mouse
Yes,
games
that's
can
why,
play.
sir, that's why I asked, sir, because like in my company, actually this was asked to me in one interview. So,
Okay.
but in my company, what happened is that we will be basically checking the existing functionality.
Mm.
Okay, existing functionality, there should be no impact, sir. Okay, and
Okay.
like the new functionality which is going to be, which is added, like the client won't be using it directly. We'll be saying
Okay.
there is some defect is there. Give us 3 days. We'll be fixing that existing that be of known bugs, and we'll be then telling you. But there is a no, we'll be making sure that no impact is there in existing functionality, and the
Okay.
major functionality which is have, for example, in that 40, like 10 issues are major, only that will be exposed to client,
Okay.
like that major one, low quality bugs we will be not telling them. That's we do here. I don't know
Okay.
what was the exact answer, so I ask. Okay.
The
Sir,
thing
one
is
more
simple.
thing.
The thing is simple. Very simple. Like let's remove that headache from our heads just by creating a quality report. Okay. So because quality report creation is official, right? Basically, you're officially stating that these things are there, not verbally. If you say the things verbally, again, you'll be put in a kind of spot where, they'll come to you and saying, because of you only this happened, problem happened. Okay. So better we create a quality report. because it will be sometimes difficult even to create a quality report in such kind of situation. But we have to take that challenge and go forward and send an email to whoever it is possible, who are responsible for that to happen. Okay, so that the email will reach them, and finally when the day comes, I have actually practically did this. Okay, in some companies where this kind of process is not there, I went there, and the day has come, they were not giving the extra time for us to fix the defects, and close the defects and all. So what I did is simply I did whatever I can do at the last minute of time, and parallelly I was creating a quality report in the background and send it to all the management. So they were unable to corner me. That quality
Okay.
report how to create, I will explain you software testing during software testing course. Pawan.
Sir, sir, suppose if you are clicking on the login button, sir. Okay, username and password is correct. Okay,
Okay.
hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Username password is correct, and if you are clicking the login button, and
Hmm.
response is also showing 200.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
and even page is sitting on the same page. So this
Okay.
is a front end issue. Okay, uh,
Uh,
so what else we can test? What else we can find out? What is an issue?
you mean to say all the login test cases you're asking me basically, right? At this moment.
No, sir. The question was that like if you are like testing something and the login button is not working. Okay, you are
Okay,
putting
okay.
the
Login button may not work, it may not be UI issue sometimes. Okay. So
yeah.
you have to
The
see like
response is also
whether
correct. The response is also
if
200
response
coming
you are
correct.
getting means it's not an API issue. It may
Yeah.
be, functionally it may be wrong. Okay. The login button is not responding.
No,
The code
they
is not running. Okay. What code
no.
is
Yes, sir. I told this. This is the valid answer. What you say. But what else as a tester you will see? The question is that, sir. Like you have checked the API. API is coming 200. Okay.
okay.
And the login button, but login button is not working. What else as a tester you will do?
You can actually collect the logs and all, okay, to see what's happening. The development logs will be there, right? That you can check also, okay, at that point. That is one
Okay.
answer you can give, okay.
Okay.
So because you see, when you are reporting a defect, we have to provide as much information as possible, right? And and what the other thing you will do is like you will go and check with the development if you are accessible, if you are, if the development team is accessible, you will go and talk to them why this button is not working, what is the main reason behind that. Okay, you will do your own R&D, and basically you will again go to the development team and find it out why this button is not responding, what's the problem. Okay, was it not able to run the code internally that was written by developers. Okay, you have to find the exact root cause analysis you have to do. That's it, nothing much.
Fine, sir. Okay.
And you can also see the console, right, where the API calls are being made or not. We can check in the browser console. If you go to the network tab and just, if you go to the network thing and then click on this button, login button, whether any calls are happening or not. Even though API response is coming, but whether that call is being made or not is something you have to check.
Okay.
Got it right?
Okay.
And you
Yes,
have to
sir.
check the logs also. At same time, simultaneously, you have to capture the logs. And this in browser's console thing or network thing, you just find out whether the API requests are being made or not. Then anyhow, you have already gave the answer like API is working fine. Okay. Okay. If the API is already working fine that you gave. So where the connection is being lost, why this is not working. Okay. You have to figure it out. Okay. Whether it is a UI defect or whether it is a functional defect or whether it is a API defect, you have to figure out with the help of logs and by talking to developers and all those stuff. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Next.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any other question?
Yeah, hi sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, actually, you told on yesterday, I mean Saturday session, I mean Friday session, you
Mm-hmm.
gave an example for Selenium Grid IDE. Can you
Yes,
show
yes.
one example for Selenium Grid also, sir?
This is not the right time because that will take a lot of time. So this is not the right time. We'll cover it, but later. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because why I gave Selenium ID example is, it won't take much time because I don't have to configure. Because if I give the demonstration of Selenium Grid, you will get confused also. because that involves a lot of Selenium WebDriver code and Selenium Grid setup configurations. That will take, 1 or 2 sessions again. Okay, that will, just to answer that, it will take 2 sessions. So let's not worry about that now. Later, once the things are good, right, I'll show you. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir. Is Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid both are using for the same testing, sir? Sir, for example, if you are using any software, I mean, like Flipkart means go and checking for one, you can use both as at a time, or else you can use at different times.
You see, you see what happens in real time is the client may say that we have to run our scripts in a parallel way, enable the parallel execution of the scripts so that we can save our time. That is a request from the client, right? So in some
Okay.
projects, client will not say anything. Don't worry about the time. Just normally run the scripts. I'm okay that the scripts are running. I got the result. That's all fine. The client will say. But in some projects, what the client will say that my all the scripts should run in very less time. We should get the results in less time. Okay. To make that possible, what we do is along with that Selenium WebDriver, we'll also configure Selenium Grid into that. Selenium Grid configuration means some code will write, extra code. Okay. That code,
Oh,
what it will do is it will actually enable the Selenium Grid, and along with that, we'll also integrate test engine in the form of code only. And because of all these three things, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, test engine, as explained, right? The scripts will be distributed to multiple machines because of Selenium Grid, and the scripts will run parallelly in multiple machines at the same time just to save the time. Okay, all this setup configuration need to be done to get that level.
yeah,
It
okay,
all
sir.
depends on the client requirement. Okay.
Yeah,
At,
okay, sir.
at a time,
Thank
we
you.
can use everything. At a time, we can use Selenium WebDriver plus Selenium Grid plus TestNG like that. Okay, combination we have to use to get to that level. Okay, it all depends on the client requirement. In some
Yeah, okay,
projects,
sir.
client will ask that. In some projects, client will not ask. In the projects, the client is not asking, will not do that. We'll only use Selenium WebDriver. Okay, but in the projects where the client will ask for parallel execution, we'll go with all the other stuff. Okay, Selenium Grid and TestNG also will integrate and do it.
Yeah, okay, sir. Where multiple machines means where multiple systems, sir, where the
Yeah,
code
it
will be
can
running
be
on system
systems,
and
it can be systems. Nowadays, it can be virtual machines, it can be Docker
okay,
machines, okay? So which are
okay,
lightweight. Docker machines are lightweight, in your single laptop, you can have any number of Docker machines, instances, okay? Like that. A lot
okay,
of
sir.
technology has changed. Don't worry about that right now. When the time comes, I'll
Yeah,
teach you everything, okay?
yeah, okay, fine, sir. Thank you.
Next, any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
is Jenkins comes under web technologies?
Jenkins CI/CD it will come under. So that we'll do for live project. When we are working on live project, right? I'll explain Jenkins, GitHub, and all those stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
So it doesn't come under web technologies, rather CI/CD. So pipeline creation and all those stuff. Okay. So it's nothing like Jenkins concept is completely different, and GitHub are there. Those concepts are completely different. At this moment, I cannot explain it to you, but when the time comes, okay, I'll cover it for you. Don't worry. Okay, that is also there as part of live project series, right? We'll be covering that. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Let's not understand that right now. Let's wait for that thing to happen. Okay, later I'll cover. Yeah. Any other question or questions? Okay. Fine, guys. That's all for today. You guys can leave it for today, and tomorrow we'll connect where we'll go with the other things. Pre-sites we have started today, right? That will be continued tomorrow. Okay. Fine then. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Bye everyone. So I'll post the assignment in the Telegram group, guys. Okay. See. Let's see.